Okay, guys, let's just focus on the top 8 picks on this one. Seriously, let's not look at the rest of them. Let's rate this team though. Puka at cost, Wilson at cost, ETN past where I usually take them, Jalen Waddle past where he should go, Kincaid well past where I've gotten him in the past, Higgins well past where I got him in the past, Worthy well past where I got him in the past, and Swift a little bit past where I got him in the past. Let's just stop right there and say this is the perfect team. Okay, cool. Thank you. Actually, maybe not. Let's go look at the draft and see what happened here. So my favorite part of this draft is that first part. I feel like things just kind of or just fell in my lap. It made the most sense for the most part. Really liked, especially the first 7 picks of this draft. And the 8th pick was really nice too. That being said, the worst part of this draft, in my opinion, I think was either this 8th or 9th, somewhere in this pocket right here, at either the 8th or 9th pick, and then definitely the 12th pick right here. This is one of those drafts, if you've been following along with what I've been doing, where the quarterbacks just, this is like, and like 2 of these in a row that we've looked at as for the rate to team things, where the quarterbacks are just kind of killing me a little bit. Best quarterback on my team is Baker Mayfield. I don't know if he's going to pull it off for me, but I got a lot of other ugly firepower behind him. And only one person to start the season. So I need someone here to kind of pick it up early on and give me some help. It's going to be ugly potentially, but maybe these receivers and running backs and tight ends just kind of kill it, and Baker Mayfield just enough to keep me in the hunt. The worst picks here again were either this Swift or JSN pick, and I think it's because I should have been reading the room and realizing that maybe I should be taking a quarterback around here, possibly. Um, this was probably my clue that something funny was going to happen in this draft. When you have 3 stud quarterbacks at the same team, does that start bringing up the rest of the quarterbacks? I don't know if it does, but I think it did in this room. And as we go through it, there really wasn't a good place for me to get a quarterback. For example, I could take Stroud, but didn't correlate. I could take Richardson here, but that's like way early compared to where he usually goes. And I'm going to take Waddle for Richardson every single time. I could take Burrow here, but he wouldn't correlate. Who's the next one that comes around to me? It isn't until here with Tua. So I feel like if I pass on Swift here, knowing that like this is the quarterback that correlates a little bit with me, and really the only one that does of all these guys here. Trevor Lawrence kind of does with my running back, but the only one that does is Tua. I could potentially say, you know what, even though getting Swift further back than I ever have in any other draft, let's just kind of bump up Tua right here, because quarterbacks just kind of going nuts here. It could work out, right? Because I end up with Tua here, and then I take maybe Benson here, and then I take Spears or Robinson right here. And I do like that more when I forego this receiver. He's my which receiver is he? He's my first, second, third, fourth, fifth. He's my 6th receiver, right? I don't need that 6th receiver on the team. And so I take Tua here. I come back around and I grab 2 running backs in a row that I don't think Swift is any better than, or much better than Spears, or Benson. I think you could argue that Swift is better than them. I mean, he's got the starting role probably to himself to start, but who knows what goes from there. Spears is going before them, obviously, as well. So, or sorry, Swift is going before them, obviously, as well. So you might say you like Swift a little bit better, but I think getting the better quarterback here would help with this team. And then I did it again right here. And I was, you can find the video somewhere where I did this one too. I liked this thought, and it just didn't work out at all. If I take the 2 running backs here, then I don't feel probably as forced to take Miller right here. And I don't know why I took him here. I took him here because I hadn't drafted Miller at all. I don't think in any of the drafts. Let's see if we go and look at um, where's Kendra Miller. Yeah, this was the first. No, I had him in other drafts. This is the first time I took him in a long time because I'd taken him way late and then had to take him all. I think he just fell in 1 or 2 drafts basically. So I hadn't had him at all. I just like, ooh, he's there. I gotta get him on my team more often. I kind of panicked, I think, a little bit. I should have got Williams here and then ended up and took it Rodgers and not try to force Rodgers all the way around. If this draft didn't go so crazy, I don't know if that works or not. Maybe it does, but Rodgers has a lot of pieces after him that you can correlate with if you want to. He didn't even correlate with any of them, so that wasn't the reason why he took him. He just took them, and these cheap sit and goes. You never know what people are going to do, and so if you got your guy, you maybe just got to grab him. And I should have ended up with 2 running backs here and a quarterback, and then forego on Miller here, and end up with my next quarterback right here. Having Tua and Rodgers with the rest of this team, I think, puts me in an even better position. I don't end up with essentially almost an unstacked Mayfield, because that's not much of a stack right there. So I end up with 2 stationary quarterbacks that actually work with my team, as opposed to 4 quarterbacks that do jack for my team. So a huge mistake on my part, I think, with this one. I found little pieces to correlate with some of them, but nothing exciting at all. It's a joke on a quarterback roster, and I'm definitely going to rely on the rest of the team to get there. So we want to go and compare to another team that is similar. There's no 4 other 4 quarterback builds. There's a 2 tight end build, but only 2 QBs. Another 2 and 2. So I just looking for a 3 and 3 that looks similar right here. 3 and 3, 6 and 8. I got 6 and 8. If we compare here these 2, he went heavy running back to start. Didn't get, he got average value on both of them, I guess. Gibbs has actually fallen, so didn't get great value on Gibbs if you're talking about long term potentially. I think Taylor's still around here, something like that. Hurts is around here. Smith is around here. Jacobs, he got much later than usual, but now I think he's falling here a little bit more. But Jacobs are, around here. He's still earlier, maybe. Jacobs around here. So he got good value on his players overall too. So good job on that. I guess one team pulled 3 quarterbacks to start, might mess everything up again. The one thing that I have going for me that he doesn't have for him is wide receiver firepower. I have more wide receivers early, and I have 8, and he's got less wide receivers. Oh, sorry, right here, less wide receivers early, and he also has the 8. I think that I should have foregoed even a running back, like I was saying, or kind of like forego the 1 wide receiver to get my quarterbacks a little earlier. I think he should have maybe decided that, I got the 2 studs here. I should probably pass on Jacobs or Harris. Maybe both of them, probably just one of them. Maybe just pass on Jacobs. That was a really good ADP value. I'd have a hard time not doing it as well. So let's say he decides he doesn't want to take Harris here, which let's say he does that. Grab any of these other wide receivers, pick whichever one you want. With his roster, he's got Hurts. So there's not really a correlated piece there. But don't take the running back. Even, I guess maybe even take your tight end to get Goddard instead. Maybe he's hoping that Goddard gets all the way around. I don't know. With Musgrave, Johnson, and Fant. So I do actually like his tight end room for a 3 quarterback tight end room as far as the pieces go. Johnson's not going here anymore because he's hurt, but still, I like the concept that he's got going on here too. So overall, I really like this. I kind of like this team overall. I like his team overall. I just think he shouldn't have gone with one of these 2 running backs. That'd be a better team for him to be 3-5-9-3 instead of 3-6-8-3. It also would get him to 1, 2, 3, 4. It would give him the 5 wide receivers in the first 10 rounds if you want to have that again as a benchmark. A specific one that he'd want. I don't think it matters a whole lot. Whichever one. It doesn't matter. Whichever one he wants to go with. He got Goff here. Did he do anything with Goff? And then he got Darnold as I guess he's starting the season probably, right? Instead of JJ McCarthy. But JJ McCarthy will hopefully pick up, get in there early. Hopefully McCarthy gets in there early. I was thinking about actually taking New England's current starter, Jacoby Brissett. But some of the stuff I've been hearing or reading is maybe thinking that might not last as long as was expected at first. And there's other things that are saying that maybe Darnold might stay in longer than expected and McCarthy might sit for a while longer. So Mayfield's going to have to pick up the slack for a long time here. Let me know what you think. Tell me what you think about my fixes here. Let's see if I can implement them in future drafts. I got a couple other ones that are getting done or are done. So it's going to be a while before we get to ones where I can implement this. But let me know what you think. See you on the next one. Peace.